Good evening, everyone. Congratulations, first of all, to Molly and Joe Beth for stewarding a tremendous program, something that was envisioned by a group of folks about 9 years ago who put together a strategic vision for the city of Fairfield. And with all of the great projects that we envisioned, we knew it couldn't be done without volunteers. We knew that Fairfield had a great volunteer history, and that formalizing that through the creation of a volunteer center was something that would be very, very important. So thank you very much and congratulations. I also wanted to just share, I've shared this with Joe Beth, the RSVP program goes back for quite some time. My first job out of college, I was a director for a Big Brother, Big Sister program in northern Maine, in a rural county that was actually the largest county east of the Mississippi, so a lot of territory to cover. And I brought in 2 RSVP volunteers at that time to help me do my job. So it was great to see it come full circle. Congratulations to all of the volunteers who've been honored tonight, very specially. And I'm so glad that type of special attention was paid to individuals who really do go above and beyond. But looking around this room, everyone here has made a tremendous contribution to this community, not just in the last year, but really over their time that they've lived in Fairfield and Jefferson County and in our community, because that is your nature. It is your nature to give, it is your nature to help, it is your nature to be involved, it is your nature to stimulate community in a very, very dynamic and profound way. We could not have the type of community that we have without volunteerism. We know that, but we've actually gotten a little cocky. We've gotten to the point where we can depend on it. We really understand that our citizens and our community are extraordinary in that way. You know, just 3 weeks ago, we had a wonderful inaugural celebration of the completion of the 16-mile loop trail around the city, and also the completion of the Marsden Barnes Historic Preservation Project and Welcome Center for the city. And those 2 projects were also completed very quietly by an extraordinary group of citizens, very dedicated group of citizens. The Trails Project was a 14-year project, and that same core of people that we said thank you to 3 weeks ago were involved from the very beginning. There are a lot of people, obviously, who came on and made significant contributions along the way, but that was really extraordinary. And what did we do? We completed something that will be a part of Fairfield's community for hundreds of years to come. So we have left a mark that this generation of citizens and citizen volunteers have completed. With the Marsden Barnes project, we restored a part of our history. We connected ourselves to our history in a way that was very, very significant. If you know a little bit of the story, these 3 barns were virtually unknown. No one really understood what they were. There were, let's just say, a handful of people, those who really paid attention to the history of Jefferson County, knew about these barns and their special nature. But these were just structures that were in the way of progress. That progress being the 7-mile bypass that was built around Fairfield. The Department of Transportation had, at that time, basically drew that highway through the area where those barns were. And one of our county supervisors, recognizing that they would be torn down, just simply said, you know, can't we preserve these? And worked on that, got the DOT to agree to move their line a little bit further south to make room for those barns. Through that visioning process that we talked about 9 years ago, our group of citizens looked at that and said, you know, with that bypass going through there, that could also be the gateway to our county. That could be the place where we have a visitor center and people getting off of the highway coming to Fairfield can stop there, get a vision of what they're going to discover as they move north through the downtown, the cultural district, Howard Park, MUM, up into the northern parts of the county in Vedic City. So this has been completed as well and is a very significant part of how our community is going to be viewed and interpreted. And again, volunteers, very extraordinarily committed volunteers. So your work and your commitment to our community is deeply, deeply appreciated. This center will ensure that we are instituting this for a long time to come, and we will continue to break the records and push farther and farther with our goals because of the volunteers that are committed to our community and to our city. So it's a very proud night to be with you all, and to thank you very much for your service in the areas that have been described and recognized tonight, and we look forward to working on many projects together. Thank you very much.